The Republican majority in the House of Representatives is working through a complex political landscape as the new congressional session gets underway. With a narrow margin of control and diverse viewpoints within the party, GOP leadership faces the task of advancing legislation while managing different priorities among its members. Recent developments have highlighted both the opportunities and obstacles ahead for House Republicans as they navigate their governing responsibilities. Following the 2024 elections, Republicans secured control of the House of Representatives, giving the party unified control of both chambers of Congress, alongside the presidency. However, the margin in the House remains relatively slim, which means that even a small number of members can significantly influence legislative outcomes. House Speaker Mike Johnson, who took the gavel in late 2023 after a historic multi-ballot speaker election, continues to lead a conference that includes members with varying political philosophies, from traditional conservatives to more populist-oriented representatives. This diversity reflects broader conversations happening within the Republican Party about policy, direction, and strategy. The House GOP conference has outlined several priorities for this session, including border security measures, government spending reforms, energy policy, and regulatory changes. However, turning these priorities into passed legislation requires coordination not just within the House, but also with the Senate and the White House. Public records and recent reporting indicate that House Republicans have encountered disagreements on certain procedural and policy matters. According to statements from various members, debates have emerged around spending levels, the scope of certain legislative proposals, and the sequencing of priority items on the congressional calendar. Some of these discussions have played out in committee meetings and floor votes, where observers have noted instances where Republican members have voted differently from their leadership's preferred position. Political analysts point out that such dynamics are not uncommon when a party holds a narrow majority, as individual members gain increased leverage. Additionally, the relationship between House GOP leadership and President Trump has drawn attention. Reports indicate that the president has communicated his policy preferences on various issues, and House Republicans are working to align their legislative agenda with administration priorities. According to White House statements and congressional sources, there have been ongoing conversations about timing, strategy, and specific policy details. Some members have expressed questions about certain approaches or have sought clarification on administration positions before committing to particular legislative paths. Officials familiar with these discussions describe them as part of the normal process of coordination between the executive and legislative branches. Speaker Johnson has publicly emphasized the importance of unity and has expressed confidence in the conference's ability to advance key legislation. In recent statements, he has acknowledged the natural diversity of views within the caucus while highlighting shared goals. Various House Republicans have spoken to media outlets about their priorities and concerns. Some members have stressed the importance of fiscal responsibility and careful consideration of long-term policy impacts. Others have emphasized the need to act quickly on campaign promises and respond to constituent priorities. Political commentators from across the spectrum have offered observations about these dynamics. Some analysts suggest that internal debates reflect healthy democratic processes within the party, while others view them as potential obstacles to legislative productivity. Congressional historians note that narrow majorities have historically presented both challenges and opportunities for creative coalition building. These developments carry significance for the American public because they directly affect the legislative process in which policies may become law. Issues being debated in Congress, from federal spending to immigration policy to economic regulations, have real implications for communities across the country. The ability of House Republicans to work through their internal discussions and advance legislation will shape the political landscape heading into future election cycles. It will also influence how effectively the government addresses various policy challenges and public concerns. For voters and citizens following these developments, understanding the complexities of congressional dynamics provides important context for evaluating political news and making informed decisions about governance and representation. As the congressional session continues, House Republicans will face ongoing tests of their ability to legislate with a narrow majority while managing different priorities within their conference and coordinating with the administration. The coming weeks and months will reveal how these dynamics evolve and what legislative achievements emerge from the process. Political observers will be watching to see how the party navigates these challenges and what it means for the broader policy agenda. For now, the work of governing continues on Capitol Hill, with all the complexity that democratic processes entail.